This new BeamNG mod turns the Ibishu Pessima into an off-road ute. It's the Pessima RSV, with loads of customization, some amazing engines, and permanent four-wheel drive. This thing is really great off-road. And here is the Pessima RSV. From the front, it does look like a normal first-generation Pessima, but then we've got this decal on the side which says RSV, and at the back, we've got a full ute bed. I mean, look at this. It's actually pretty huge. This mod is free and on the BeamNG repo. You do need to download a couple of required mods for the lights and these wheels. These are custom wheels and they look amazing. The interior's been changed too. We've got these new seats which are two-tone, and look at these gauges. They're far clearer than the ones in the normal Pessima. To test this car, we're going to be driving around a brilliant modded map. It's called RLS Pepper Valley. This is a standalone Johnson Valley map expansion. We've got so much to explore. There's a paved road going right around the map, new off-road tracks, an airport, drift area, and so much more. So let's get driving. Now this is the base model. It has a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine producing 141 horsepower. All of the RSV models have permanent four-wheel drive. We can switch between low and high range. And despite all the modifications and a lot of extra weight, this thing still handles pretty well. Of course, the Pessima was never the best handling car in the world, but on roads like this, with lots of twisty corners, it's alright. The thing that's letting us down, though, is that engine. Whoa, we're slightly off-road. Luckily, we do have far more powerful engines to check out a bit later. By the way, this map was actually made by the same person that created the RLS career mode, and I really, really love it. So we're now heading into the mountains, and I think this would be a good place to do a crash test. Okay, so see the concrete bollards here at the top of the hill? Let's hit one of these, slow motion, and whoa, yeah. So it crashes pretty much like the normal Pessima, but the bed has been reinforced, and this does have a custom J-beam at the back. This is the more powerful 2.5-litre luxury model, and look at this bull bar on the front. We're going to go and crash this thing into the other Pessima, which is up the top of the hill, round the corner. Now that way we can really test how good the crash model is at the back of the RSV. Now this thing has 186 horsepower and an automatic gearbox. I've got to say it's pretty quick and slow motion. Oh, yes, that bed is pretty strong, but it still has a good crash model. Yeah, I'm definitely impressed. The RSV comes with 11 configs. Most of these are factory models, but we do have a customized, tuned variant to check out later. This config is called the Shore Runner, and I guess that means it's perfect for taking on beaches or sandy terrain. It has a 2.5-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine with 266 horsepower. We've got a custom engine model in here, Ibishu Turbo Intercooler. I really like that. And this thing handles great off-road. It really can put all of its power down. It's got quite a good four-wheel drive system, and these wheels are brilliant. Basically, this is a complete rework of the Pessima. We've got better suspension, better tires, wheels, more engine options, and these are actually based off real-world vehicles. They're based off things that are known as soft roaders. Basically, they're compact off-road vehicles, such as the 2002 Subaru Baja and the 1995 Subaru Impreza Gravel EX. They're also based on other vehicles, but those that are closest to the Ibishu Pessima RSV. I love seeing that bull bar at the front. It makes the car seem much bigger than it is. And wow, look at these seat covers. And you can just barrel down these roads. It doesn't take much damage at all. We haven't had any engine damage, and the suspension seems to be holding up pretty well. It's strong. This is the top of the line model, and these decals on the side just keep getting crazier. I really, really like this. We've got a really nice paint job on here. You can see the inner rim is painted yellow. We've got front auxiliary lights, which look great, and a scooped hood. And it's the most powerful factory variant with 269 horsepower. Now you can see we've got an off-road course here on Pepper Valley. If I go into the staging zone, and then here we go, off-road track, staged, go when ready. We're going to put ourselves into low range, and off we go. This is a very varied course. It really puts any off-road vehicle through its paces. So first corner is very muddy. We've got to slow down and then power round it. Kind of drifting off-road right now. Okay, first hill. Yep, up there fine. Oh, it's a deep bog though. Oh, a bit too much for this car. Okay, we've skipped past that bit, but if we keep going, this course is pretty good. We've got some deep sand here. Wow. So it's got fairly good ground clearance. There was a reason these things were called soft roaders. Oh, look at this bit. Deep sides of the canyon. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on, come on. Can we get up this hill? I think that is a yes. Come on. Whoa, nearly at the top. We're in third gear, low range. We're kicking up so much sand, I can't even see the car anymore. Yes, yes, perfect. I'd say this is a pretty good off-road vehicle. And there's the end. Oh, 97 seconds. That's not a great time. You can see this mod has right and left-hand drive configs, automatic and manual, Japan and North America. And this model has a 3-litre V6. You can see Ibishu V6 there. I think that's a model from the default game. But of course, the Pessima first generation doesn't have a V6. So this engine isn't very powerful, only 212 horsepower, but it's a very smooth driving experience. But let me show you what you can do to the bed. So let's open it up. You can see we've got a lot of space here. And let's fill it with stuff. So in the parts menu, you can see we've got bed warning label. What's that? Well, now a little warning label appears here, and it's actually quite a comical thing if you read it all the way through. Then you've also got the option of a bed cap. This gives us a bed cover to keep everything inside nice and dry and safe from the elements. It even has a split folding rear tailgate. I love those in BeamNG mods. We also have something called a bed extender, and I'm guessing this thing separates the front bit of the bed with the rear bit of the bed, so you can keep things separate so they don't move around and crash into each other. You can also fit the rear bed with up to 4 medium-sized cargo boxes, so this thing would be perfect for career mode. Oh, and why not? Let's put an XL cargo box on the roof. Okay, I've added about a ton of weight into all these cargo boxes, and wow, look at the suspension. It's pretty soft now. So that V6 engine, just 212 horsepower. By no means is this the fastest config, but whoa, you've got to admit, oh, having a 3-litre V6 in this Pessima is really good fun. I believe it's the same V6 you could find in the second gen Pessima. We're on 2 wheels for a bit then. Right, brake, take it round this corner. I have to say the suspension the suspension was dealing with it okay. Oh dear. This is the customized RSV. You can see these very nice looking folk wheels on here, and we've got another crazy decal. The suspension has been lowered, but it has 269 horsepower, which is about the same as the turbocharged models we checked out earlier. You can see we're at the airport, and I want to see what the straight line speed of this thing is. Now, we do actually have a drag strip on here. So with this drag strip, if you just pull up to the line just in front of it, and there you go. Go when ready. Okay, let's see what this baby can do. Really rev it up, and we are off. That's good. 4-wheel drive seems to be okay. It's not really performance-driven 4-wheel drive. This is really catering for off-road performance, but, well, there's 100. We're not even at the end yet, and 13.53 seconds. That's not terrible. By the end of the runway, we're doing about 120. Oh dear. This map has so much fun stuff. Look, there's even a drifting course here. Let's see if we can get this thing to drift. So, put into here, and oh, it says off-road track. I'm not sure about that. Okay, off we go. Well, that's all right. Now, 4-wheel drive and drifting doesn't always go perfectly, but oh, not really. It's too grippy. Here we go again. Second gear, and wow, those bollards are rock hard. Okay, drifting is a no-go, but here we go. Yeah, it drives pretty well. Fairly, ooh, good turning circle. Oh, quite understeery. As an all-round performance vehicle, this really is good. Let's finish off with the synth model. And what does this have? An all-orange metallic paint. I love the look of this thing, and I love the Pessima RSV. You can see on the interior, we've got orange everything. Wow, looks like we've got no textures in here, but no, they generally just are orange. The gear stick, even the knobs on the air conditioning. So the Pessima RSV is free and on the BeamNG repo. You do need those 2 other mods for the lights and the wheels for this mod to work correctly. I've linked those in the description, and they're on the repo page as well. If you'd like to see another Ute mod for BeamNG, click the video on screen right now. It's of the Covet Ute. And I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.